Hello there folks, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, a place where I discuss different topics, usually about spirituality and introspection, from time to time about game analysis. And to make this video very short, this is one idea, one topic I came up with, and I decided to integrate it in the Wisdom Shorts, basically create a very short video about it. And it's not gonna be about cyberpunk the game, it's gonna be about the concept of cyberpunk. Ever wondered why everything nowadays seems to tend towards the world's end, and concepts like cyberpunk, or usually punk? Well, mainly because there are certain agendas in the world that kind of follow such trends, and these trends are basically a necessity. There is a psychological strategy which is called programming, okay? Predictive programming, which means that if you have people visualize certain things enough, when those things happen, okay, they will be accepted as a new normal. It's kind of the same with Big Brother. Ever since it appeared, its purpose was to create, a necessity within people to allow more control. When I was young, there was no such thing as computers that, were too advanced, and at the same time, more importantly, there weren't such things as, security cameras. But now, you don't necessarily need security cameras on the street, especially since in some countries, the footage from that cannot be used as evidence in a trial. Now, when it comes to surveillance, okay, you don't necessarily need surveillance cameras because installing them also takes time and resources. All you need is basically people and their phones because, they kind of act as surveillance cameras as well, and they record more than just your actions, okay, or what you are doing, okay. Basically, you are feeding those, and through those your energy is being fed into the matrix, okay, the structure that is holding humanity into this limited three-dimensional perspective of requiring control, okay, requiring to be controlled because you simply refuse to take responsibility for your own life, okay. And that's basically what punk actually means, okay? It is a beautiful illusion which showcases the darker aspects of the human mind, okay? People have the impression that the characters, which are usually loco, okay, they are somewhat wacky, and this kind of always attracts attention because you're not allowed to be, sociopathic, okay, you're not allowed to be psychopathic, okay, because psychopaths are either born or, they're not born. It's not something that you become overnight or in time, as opposed to sociopathy and narcissism, okay, which these stem more from abuse, okay, abuse especially in childhood, and sensations of uselessness, okay. And that's basically what cyberpunk type, it is basically a genre, and this kind of promotes the such, okay, that there are always those who believe they are um, you know helpless, and there are those who they act somewhat like Robin Hood, okay, they are the outcasts, and at the same time they are against society, okay. But the point is, movies always present things in a very simple way because society is fully based on control and surveillance, but somehow the characters always manage to bypass all those complexities, okay, which show 2 points, okay. It shows how good the characters can be, and at the same time how, not good, okay, how ill prepared the folks who control things are. Why? Well, because punk is all based about ignorance, okay? It's all about ignorance because punk means basically an ignorant, okay? They are a person entrenched, fully entrenched in their own ideas and beliefs, and belief is basically accepting something without a necessity for proof. They are technically a rebel, but a rebel means accepting something. Well, it's basically fanaticism. When you allow a certain idea to become better than you, become more important than creation itself, it's far more important than your existence, and more likely even your own uh, survival, okay? Because that idea and supporting that idea technically becomes your psychological survival, because you're stuck with a persona, okay? A personality. A personality is basically a mask that you put on in order to adapt something, right? To something. And every action, every thought, everything that you do requires a certain mask, okay? Requires a certain ego. But the problem is, it becomes a personality when you are fully stuck into that mask, okay? When that mask is, well, no longer able to be, put down, right? So punk is basically something about that, okay? But it's not about a conscious rebel, okay? Irrespective of the situations in which they fake so-called emotions, because emotions in video game are very powerful, okay? In a video game, emotions are powerful because people are taught and constantly accept and keep propagating the fact that they suck and they are good for nothing. So if they don't know themselves, they will always tend towards something that is different than themselves. Okay, that's why people get stuck in the fantasy worlds of video games or the futuristic worlds of video games. Okay, so basically people instantly become like the characters, okay? Because this also goes even better with psychology, okay? Just as Freud said, abuses in childhood, okay, disallow certain functions to fully evolve. That's why you have so many adults behaving like children, because they're still stuck in the second and third levels of development, okay, which still belong to childhood and, the point of teenagehood, okay? That's why those people are impulsive. And impulsiveness is nothing else than unconsciousness, because it's still a level when you are allowing circumstances to simply influence you, to simply guide you, okay? But it's not necessarily the best guidance, because the best guidance one does in a fully conscious way, which punk is basically the opposite way, okay? Punk is something that usually promotes the idea of ignorance is bliss, but people kind of never ask themselves whose bliss that is, because I've never got to see happy ignorance, okay? To be happy, okay, means to be conscious of something, okay? But being ignorant means to be unconscious of literally everything and ignoring everything. But ignorance at the same time means accepting everything and, well, without discernment, okay? Because you hate your husband or your wife, okay? But they're in your head all the time, okay? You're not using discernment. Are they good thinking about or not, right? You hate that teacher who's ruining your marks or whatever, but they're still in your head all the time, because lower emotions are dense. They require a lot of energy to be supported, okay? And when you are unconscious, usually you will react to almost everything, if not everything, okay? That's how unconscious people live by, okay? That's why they are easy to control, and that's why ignorance is bliss, okay? It is only the bliss of those who control the ignorant people, okay? And the idea of punk gives this sense of freedom, okay? Because theoretically you are free to do literally everything, because you are ignorant of other people's suffering and, other people and other life forms in general, okay? Be it steampunk, neon punk, cyberpunk, okay? And cyber is also highly important, okay, for New World propagandas, okay, New World Order propagandas, because the idea of the singularity is highly sought after, okay, although it is highly illusionary, okay. Machines can never supersede human intellect because machines are created by humans, okay, and machines don't have evolutionary memory, okay. They will always work based on the code that we humans create for them. Machines will never be able to, adapt, okay, their coding to something else, okay. Yes, there are sorting algorithms and there is that, the processing of information and user statistics, yes, but the machine only is a servant, okay. Now think about YouTube, okay, you're listening more to certain genres of music and YouTube will usually prompt you towards that more and more, right? It is not something that I see as of control, because if you're conscious, you're gonna see that as, kind of a reward, because you're conscious, so you can choose whether you're gonna listen to those songs or not, okay? Because if you're unconscious, you will spend time listening all those songs again and again and again, which is not something bad, because even in unconsciousness there is a sort of meditativeness, okay? But well, meditation is far more powerful if you are doing it consciously, okay? People believe that when you meditate by just letting yourself go. Well, that's kind of a bit more like unconsciousness, okay? Because, well, no one needs unconsciousness in a way, because in unconsciousness you give yourself up, okay? You don't take responsibility for everything, so basically you're letting impulses guide you. But those impulses belong to other people, so you're technically living other people's lives, okay? Promoting this through movies and the such is highly important for such propagandas, because, well, I'm not calling anything evil, okay? I don't function in good and bad, okay? Something is good if it serves you, and consequently it is bad if it is not serving you, right? So, if people love watching such movies, well, it is not something evil, okay? They choose to spend their time in that. But as they enjoy such movies, okay, they are putting out a lot of energy, okay, and a lot of thought forms, okay? These are energies that some entities can employ, and well, based on these resources, okay, just like in survival and or strategy games, based on those resources they can employ those resources to follow their propagandas, okay? They can use such resources to prolong their existence and, well, continue to exert certain control patterns on people who are unconscious, because when you are unconscious you are fully open to literally everything, and basically you're just like plastilene, okay? You're allowing yourself to be easily molded into everything, and that's why predictive programming works so well, okay? Because it's finessing people, okay? Which means to adapt people or others, okay? To adapt others to your own needs, okay? Slowly and surely, okay? And cyberpunk and the end of the world, these are things that people constantly think of, mainly because they hate their lives, and well, mainly because they hate the sickness of society. But at the same time, in their ignorance, because ignorance has thousands of levels, okay? In their ignorance, they don't realize that to a certain extent we all are part of this, okay? Because we all find ourselves at certain levels of ignorance. So the punk and cyberpunk, neon punk, okay, steampunk, the such, they all are very important to certain propagandas, okay? Whether you use them unconsciously or consciously, okay, they are just tools, okay? They are just creations, even if they may have some of those, ritualistic memes, okay? That's what I call them. Okay, now a meme is basically a mind virus, okay? It's something that enters your mind, and the more unconscious you are, the easier it is to finesse you, okay, or finesse you, whatever you want to call it. How? Well, think about all the memes you are watching, okay? When you watch a certain meme, you know you are programmed, okay? You must behave in a certain way, okay? You will laugh at those, you will do whatever, but basically they are in control, not you, because they are exposing certain weaknesses, but that's something that you see when you are conscious. When you are unconscious, you are just reacting to certain things that you happen to know about, okay? This goes very long and I don't want to create seminars about this, okay? I just want to create short videos. So the way you use these, okay, these movies, they're just tools, okay? They can broaden your consciousness, your awareness, okay, your imagination, especially if they're used in a very conscious way, okay? If they are unconscious, they may tend to make you, a bit more finessed, okay? You will react unconsciously to those, therefore you will simply want those things probably more and more. Who wouldn't want to be the Joker or any other of those, sociopathic characters, okay? Because you have a certain sense of power in that ignorance, okay? Because there is that point that you can literally do anything, okay? You can literally kill anyone, and there is no, there is no remorse. There is remorse, because when you kill someone, okay, all that pain that they are putting out, you're drowned in it. But when you are unconscious, you're not feeling it. But that karma, that immense karma that you're creating while you torment them, and especially after, okay, when they die, okay, and that burst of emotion simply impregnates everything around, you're gonna be impregnated with that because you're a living powerhouse, okay, you're a magnet of energy. So basically you're dooming yourself with so much negative karma, okay. So all this sense of power is nothing else than an illusion, because the easiest way to rule unconscious people is by giving them the sense of power, okay? Why do you think so many video games give you the sense that you are overpowered, okay? It's one of the ways they hook you in it, okay? In them, basically, because I said it in the plural, okay? So hopefully you like the type of content that I'm creating. Feel free to like and subscribe if you do. Feel free to, view other content that I have. Feel free to comment and present your points of view, share some of your wisdom. Feel free to share my videos with others in case you think that they might be of better use to them. People tend to disbelieve those who are closest because, well, when people feel down, there is always this sense of separation, okay? And punk is also about separation because, well, when you believe in a certain idea, automatically people who don't believe in that idea, they must be discarded, okay? They are hindrances in the development of your own points, okay? That's how powerful the mind can be, especially if used in ignorant ways, because the mind is only an engine of creativity, okay? It just creates ideas. So all this being said, you are loved and appreciated. Take care of yourselves. Ferinjan Board signing out.